and 3 times 9 is 27. Here are the 3 streamers on Team Bald that have average stream viewership of
2,700.
2,700.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
It's a sign.
Yeah. The Gork brings the average up quite a lot.
Yeah, he does do that. It brings down the average in other areas.
Which areas are those?
Height.
That's not what I was expecting.
I'm just joking.
Back to the game.
Back to the game. I mean, honestly, Team Bald looked pretty good,
looked good.
in game
They
one.
looked good,
They did look good. Like, it impresses me always when a team like this, or I guess only a team like this,
Looks coordinated and good.
yeah, without doing
Yeah.
any sort of
Yeah,
scrimming
yeah.
and stuff like that. Like, it goes to show, like, they are a group of talented Dota players. And it just makes you wonder, like, what they would look like if they did actually scrim. And I think that's what every fan wonders, is like, what would this team of Gorp and Excalibur and Rajix, these streamers, like, what would they look like if they were dedicated to actually, like, playing the game out and scrimming and stuff like that? But ultimately, they don't need that.
No, they're chilling. It's easier to stream. It's easier, you know, lucrative.
Yeah.
Gork's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Very successful man.
Other than Thompson, I think he's numero uno.
Thompson.
Other than Thompson,
Pro players coming in,
stealing our job.
taking them viewers.
How dare they? How dare they win 2 TIs then get viewers?
Yeah.
Really.
You can't be too successful at 2 things at once. That's not
I-
fair.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, leave some success for the rest of us. Too damn good. Oh,
all right.
Pexu.
Another
Is that going to be a first blood? What do you think about this little setup here? As they should have Pexu 100% dead. They're going to give it to Ixon too. The swerve here, I have to say, I think this was pretty smart. They picked up the early Tidehunter. It gets pretty well countered. They do it at 5 position. Now Rajix is able to play like one of his favorite heroes. I think he listed in his like 3rd most favorite hero. When I was talking to him earlier.
Really? Just 3? Holy dude, I feel like he's always on Pango.
Yeah, I think it was. I think he said Timbersaw, Hoodwink, and Pango.
Hoodwink?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, he really likes Hoodwink,
Really?
but it's a bad core.
I get the Timber. I get the Tim. He loves his Timber, but holy shit, he's had some performances on Pango, man. Like,
Yeah, no, he looks really good.
he's the type of guy like Diffusal, Aghanim Scepter, like doing tons of damage, like actually carrying the game. That's the sort of Pango that I see him doing. I mean, obviously he has the games where he goes like Yules and Blink Dagger. It's just that like he's very capable of not just being the utility Pango. Like there are some Pango players that just do the utility thing, and that's fine. That's good enough a lot of the time.
Got a healing salve, so he'll be able to come back in the lane, but he's already burned through a lot of mana. Mid lane matchup, Excalibur, Lone Druid against the Viper. Does the Goon Squad actually have enough Lone Druid answers, do you think?
You know, I feel like Viper's pretty good.
Yeah.
You can kite the bear pretty easily.
S4, is he just dead? That minus armor combination with Gorp coming in with the additional physical damage is enough. Ixon gets a 2nd kill in this lane, and they pulled the creep equilibrium back, so this is going really well. Once again, Team Bald, seems like they figured something out against, maybe it's just against Goon Squad, maybe it's for themselves. This aggro Chine lane seems to be going very well.
I feel like the carries that are in the meta right now fit aggro tri lanes.
Yeah.
Like, we just saw Luna. They did it with Luna. Fit's obviously there because the aura, but with CK, it's like, he's such a kill-intensive hero that obviously works with CK. You just, you know, kill heroes over and over again. And, you know, I suppose it also works because these supports are not super level-starved. Trying to snipe the creep, doesn't end up getting it. Actually pulls a range creep. That's pretty good for Rajix. Anyway, no, I think the aggro tri-lane thing, like, and a lot of the time you end up with this position 3 that has a lot of farm, that has a lot of levels in particular.
Yeah.
And I think when you're, like, it feels really bad to be a Wyvern against a tri-lane. Well, what do? Like, you press Q on them once every 30 seconds? I mean, it's...
Well, Rajix is very dead here. He's going to try and juke it out where he can through the trees, but eventually he is going to get caught here. He could totally flip them, but no, it's not going to happen. His own creeps giving him a little bit of grief.
That was like an impossible task. Yeah, that would have been insane if he had juked that. But
look at the huge CS difference. Top 4, 21,
17, dude.
Next one on the list, 4, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah. S4 has literally 0. Level 2. Man.
Ixon has 2 more hero kills than he has CS right now.
Yeah.
That's a dedicated support right there.
So last game we saw a Faceless Void in, wasn't this bad.
Yeah.
Of a scenario, but it was a similar scenario. Getting tri-lane against losing against the tri-lane. You can't get a Midas on Mars. I mean, I suppose you can, but you'll be getting kicked off the team swiftly after that.
Yeah, you would.
So, but then again, he's a hero that doesn't need as much. We're gonna probably see a Blink Dagger Mars this game rather than the crazy blink, overwhelming blink refresher like BKB, the big items. Like he's Blink Yules. Like that's the sort of game he's looking at. He'll have 2 items at the end of this game. Probably Blink and BKB.
Just remember that lesson, kids. Just because your lane is hard doesn't mean you get to rage default to a Midas. Particularly on a hero that doesn't warrant it. Maybe like a Riki.
Unless you're a carry. Yeah, Riki. I wouldn't have any experience with Riki going for a Midas. I mean, that'd be insane. You'd have to be insane.
Yeah, you'd have to be
a sociopath
crazy for that one.
Say.
Sociopathic, yeah. Excalibur gonna TP his bear out. Or what is that spell?
He pulled it back mid. What is it called?
Yeah, is it a recall or something?
Let me go ahead and check. It's Return.
Return.
Yeah.
That doesn't quite have a spell name.
No.
Doesn't feel.
But we did see S4 there returning to the fountain, so he will be. Does get a free TP for that.
Yeah, he's going to teleport back out to the lane.
He will. Yeah. So I suppose,
Which would you rather have, your Ember Spirit or your Mars having a free game? Look at that. His current net worth, it's all passive gold. I don't know. What is 120 other? Bounty runes, right? Bounty runes?
Yeah, that's what, three bounties, right? They got 3. I think that would get, that'd be 3 bounties.
The question is, did he pick up any of the bounties? Did he himself do any of the work to get that gold?
Probably not. I don't think he's at.
All right, Ixon. Okay, he might just be bailed out. He's going to go for the Roshan pit. It looks like we'll be able to escape. Pablo gets in front of Limp body block, and that's going to be potentially enough or not. Cold Embrace, double heals coming out from the 2 supports. Things are a little bit awkward now, but the Bear's still going for the kill, and Limp does tick out. They did not have enough heals, it seems, especially with Hanskin being in that awkward position. Couldn't keep the courier alive. Pablo goes for the TP out. The Wisp right clicks are going to be enough. Pexu is also going to be run down here. So good exchange for Team Bald. Nice rotation. They end up getting the core kill, which is very important, but the support on top of that feels pretty good.
And shockingly, Ixon's like the one that survives that. He's less than 10% HP.
Yeah.
My boy was he was playing it close. He was riding the line there.
Once again, looks like Team Bald are going to walk away with a decent laning phase win here. And Scorp's going to go ahead and pop the ultimate, start pressuring this tower.
I love how aggressive he's being. This is awesome. I mean, S4 just has to hide in the trees because he's just like manning up on the tower. And this means that they're probably going to get it. Yeah, they're not even going to try to contest it. I mean, imagine if you TP like your strong hero up here, like your Viper up here, and he dies. Like the whole game just falls apart at that point. So I can understand why Goon Squad doesn't want to defend this.
Both towers are being pressured right now by their catapults, and the defending hero is just hiding away in the trees, trying to soak some experience because they are
pathetic.
Pathetic, yeah.
Yeah, this is it's a rough day to be an offlaner today.
Yeah, experiencing a bit of.
My boy's going for Tranquil Boots on Pango.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he'll do the disassembling thing and keep the boots.
Pull back in, 2 seconds stun. Pablo is going to slow him down just enough. Snags the last hit ahead of Gorpu. He's going to be completing an armlet pretty soon, so I wonder what he's going to do with this. Now that they've taken the safe lane tower so early, if he's going to keep pressuring and push into the tier 2, or if he's going to rotate into mid at some point in time. See how both teams adjust to what is a different laning phase than the norm, as Rajik's going to be chased down. It's downside of facing up against a core Ember Spirit. There is nowhere you can go as a Pango that the Ember Spirit can't follow.
Yeah. I mean, especially with an IO, just giving move speed and constant regen, it's like you'll always have mana for a Remnant.
Yeah.
Let's see. I feel like the Ember Spirit Chaos Knight matchup is not as bad as like on paper it seems. You know,
Okay.
you obviously have this hero that like does cleave to all of the illusions and AoE to all of the illusions, but like man, the amount of times I've seen an Ember get clipped by just a CK stun and then he dies like literally just to the CK illusion that comes from the Aghanim shard.
Sure. Yeah.
You can burst an Ember. Like as long as there's another hero that can catch out the Ember, then or like a Silver Edge, something like that. I do feel like this is a pretty solid game for Gork. Like his biggest issue is Peksu.
Yeah, for certain. They are going to be able to catch Peksu here and chase down another tower. Team Bald really taking it to Goon Squad. This early group up, these early pushes that they're doing, they're taking advantage of the Lone Druid and Chaos Knight beautifully. This is looking very good for Team Bald.
Yeah, until they have Peksu's 6, where they can actually use that Winter's Curse to turn Gork against his opponent, against his own team. Like the bear is so fast, man. It's so fast. I don't know what they changed. I don't know what patch they changed the move speed in, but that is something that I've noticed lately. It's just like it is one speedy bear.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's there. At some point, they've like messed with the stats of the bear.
Yeah.
Remember when it was not base damage that the bear had. So if you got something like a Vlad's, it'd be like horrible for the bear. Like his damage was like 10 plus whatever the bear level was, like 10 plus 45. So like any percentage, like a double damage on the bear was worthless, for example, because it would double 10 damage.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
Like a fully farmed Lone Druid would have plus 10 damage because of a DD on the bear. It was worthless.
It does seem like Lone Druid's in a really good spot.
He's solid, yeah. He's really solid.
Particularly with the Wraithband trick.
Oh, so annoying. So much goddamn armor. I hate that.
All right. 2,000 net worth lead for Team Bald. They obviously, most of that is coming from the tower lead that they have in this mid lane, but also the kills that they've gotten. And
let me read the actual things on here. Sorry, continue.
Rogix versus Mars. I will continue here. Net worth difference. You know, Rogix is still struggling, but the rest of his team is pretty damn happy here.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at, but it's awesome.
It's
he leveled it up.
Yeah,
he leveled it up to dodge. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I know what I'm looking at now. That's awesome. I mean, I don't know how necessary it is, but still really cool.
It's really good as a Dota expert.
Little cutesy play. I mean, who the hell knows Lone Druid? The hero has not been viable for like 2 years. It's been like 1 week.
That's true. The last time it was viable was the ranged.
He was a ranged hero. Right? The bear didn't matter. The bear didn't matter. Bulldog's turning in his grave.
I don't think he's dead.
I think he's still alive, yeah.
Yeah, I think he is still alive.
But he would be turning. Now he's happy, turning something else possible.
What would he be turning exactly?
Yeah, romantic sort of thing. Listen, man, let's change the conversation. All right, what are we looking at here?
Are we taking turns asking awkward questions about streamers in order to get each other in heat? Is that what's going on here?
With the audience?
With the
yeah, whatever. Come at me, bro. I got nothing to live for at this point. He's going for a Battle Fury on Ember, by the way. And I do feel like this build in particular is a lot higher win rate versus the CK. I mean,
but the thing is that like Chaos Knight is not a traditional illusion hero.
No,
right? Like
no.
he uses the illusions in a very like pointed manner.
He does.
It's fast damage as opposed to like most like other illusion heroes. It's kind of like this slow grind of damage, and Ember Spirit plays that really well with this constant sleight of fist. But if Chaos Knight just shows up to a fight and instantly kills somebody, and you sleight of fist him, and like it's like that's not gonna to really slow him down necessarily.
That is why I like the Battle Fury though, because I feel like it pushes you over that threshold where, like, let's say Ember has like Battle Fury Daedalus and CK has like his Scotty, for example, at that point. I think 2 slights, you kill the illusions.
Sure.
I think if you are doing the like Maelstrom build, it's like 3 or 4 slights to kill the illusions.
Yeah.
Where the CK can actually be like very functional against you. Like I think this is a really good build from Aqua. I think this is a lot of the time what you see Ember Spirits doing as safe laners anyway. But it does make a lot of sense this game too, because now it's not just the Wyvern that's like the really great answer for CK. It's the Ember is much better. And with that being said, even the Maelstrom Ember is actually very good against CK. It's just one of those things that I think it can go the way of CK too, especially if he's having a game as great as this.
Yeah. No, I do agree. I think it's the right build. I guess my point is like it may not stop Chaos Knight's game plan in team fights. Right? Where he just kind of like, by the time you get that second sleight of fisted, he's already won the team fight with the Phantasm.
Thresholds really matter here. Like if Gork is ahead in net worth and he's got an extra stat item, like this Echo Saver, for example, then you don't have enough damage to kill it in 2 slights. Maybe it's 2.5. You need to do a little bit more damage with like the shield, the Ember Shield, something like that. And then in that time, like you said, you burst somebody.
Once again, T-Bald, did they snuck a Roshan last time, right?
They did. They seem to be very good at sneaking Roshans.
Crafty streamers, man.
Yeah. I mean, they are a bunch of players who play pubs all day. That is what happens in pubs a lot. The old Roshan sneak.
Sneaky Roshans, yeah.
When you're Radiant, especially, because you're playing that side anyway.
Yeah, because one guy picks Shadow Shaman purely for the reason of creating a Roshan.
Exactly.
So he's obsessed about it, you know.
Exactly. There's always a pervert who is obsessed with the Roshan.
Why would being obsessed with Roshan make you a pervert?
Listen.
Exactly.
It's not. It's not for me to judge.
Ooh. Okay, the Ravage does manage to catch 2, and most importantly, it catches Peksu. So that means the Chaos Knight is a little bit more free to play this team fight out. Raj is going to be able to catch up to the Viper here, but they're also back to their defense of the Tier 1 tower, and S4 is actually going to be able to strike. A nice spear catches Gorp here, but he does have the Aegis, so it may not be the best target. Cold Embrace is going to be able to buy S4 a little bit of time, that slows down the damage to the Lone Druid as well. The first bear is gone. Gorp on his second life now, and second bear. They're trying to get away, but a Winter's Curse actually puts the bear and Rajix all together on top of Gorp. He pops the Phantasm, turns around, goes for the fast kill on the IO, but it's not going to be good enough. He dies, and Rajix is on the run here, as that's what he's been doing most of this game. Running. Swashbuckles to the side, reveals his position, gets caught as a result, and triple kill goes to Limp. A monster team fight for Goon Squad.
Just straight up good buyback from Peksu. That's it. Like that absolutely won them the fight. The fact that he was the low net worth pathetic support that had to be the one that's focused because he deals with the CK. He goes in first. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but he saved his buyback. He makes the call to actually use it. The arena was awesome too because they catch Gork, who is not going to be able to do damage. He doesn't want to ult when he's that low because his illusions will be too low. It's on cooldown as well. But they also catch Hoodwink, which is not the hero you want to see in a Mars arena. He's going to die. He respawns. The bear does a ton of damage to Gork because this crazy chaotic team fight has resulted in them positioning weirdly, and then they just have to ditch him.
It's once again a situation where, as actually we head back into the game, never mind. Our Tidehunter was saved by a rogue spear from S4, so. But it's just, I feel like this is just another situation where Team Bald, they make a good play, but Goon Squad is one step ahead, right? They specifically target the Winter Wyvern knowing he's a problem for their lineup, right? The Cold Embrace and the Winter's Curse are both big problems for Lone Druid and Chaos Knight. They specifically target him first, but at the same time, Peksu's already one step ahead. He's got a buyback. They play out the next part of the team fight, and he's hugely impactful.
If he doesn't have buyback, that's an amazing fight for Bald. There's just no way. There's no way to kill Gork there on the second life without the Winter's Curse. The Winter's Curse just makes everything a pain in the ass for Bald.
All right, this time around,
he's fine, dude.
This time around, Ixon is fine again. No, he's not. S4 has caught him. Does get off the Ravage before he dies, which means S4 will die alongside. Okay, never mind. Cold Embrace. Now actually the Winter's Curse being used. They hit the stun onto the Mars, so the Winter's Curse is going to fade out, and maybe they could still go for the kill, but he's actually got an arena. From the backside, though, Gorp has caught and killed the Winter Wyvern. He's not necessarily going to stick around for this team fight. Rajix is dead, and Gorp is like, yeah, this team fight's not for me, guys. Oh, what was that spear?
Doesn't matter. He's good. Hey, relax. He's good. Hey, don't put the camera on him. He's fine. He knew they had chance. He was covering the other bases, all right, if he walked the other way.
Right.
Relax.
Right. Yeah.
He's on ping.
It's true. He could have walked the other way when he was TPing out.
Yes. He could cancel.
Yeah, I guess he could.
You know? You just gotta, the angles and things like that, it's, you know. He's getting old, all right?
You know what?
He's the old guard. Guy's like 50.
Ah, so now we're elevating to insulting TI winners.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We were just doing that to Bulldog. I mean, what do you... He's the greatest TI winner there is.
I mean, you want to talk some trash about Dendy next, or like, how deep do you want to dig this
just because
hole?
you talk trash about Dendy doesn't...
Whoa, I love Dendy.
Okay. Well,
He's one of my favorite players.
Yeah. Favorite players to...
Lovely person.
To harass mentally.
Mentally.
Yeah, which is what you do to people. Dangerous. Words.
I think you have a problem, Jenkins.
No.
You describe everybody as some sort of conspiratorial villain.
All right. Gork's getting his farm on. He's almost got his BKB. He can disassemble at Echo Saber. No big deal. BKB on Limp. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. There's a lot of magic damage on Team Bald. Particularly the disables.
Yeah, don't they have a lot of physical damage?
They do. They do. But I'm more thinking like you're not killing a Viper if you don't stun him.
Right.
In that way.
Oh,
that's
nice grab
stun.
with a bushwhack. Unfortunately, nobody's here to take advantage of it, so we're hyping up something that will not result in a kill.
He had Hoodwink ult.
He did, and he hit Mars, but he still didn't die.
Yo, Pexu.
Pexu?
Bro, what
hey,
the
whoa,
hell?
Pexu. Okay, he's actually going to be bailed out, but a great reaction from Excalibur. Gets off the ultimate before the pin, but he's still stuck inside the arena, and Lip is going to town. A TP out, and he makes it away.
Oh, Gork is in now. Gork is in.
Maybe the interception from Rachi is going to be okay here. They're actually going to be able to catch Hanskin in the back line, but Pablo can't stick around for long. He's trying to get away. Gorp is actually going to catch up to Limp. They might actually have both of them dead here as the Ravage is going to go off and clips the Viper. They get that kill. Gorp is going to die in return. The armlet toggle. Gorp. Oh, good try. The spear goes out. And actually, right between the trees, Rajix is somehow still alive for a second here. God's Rebuke. He's close enough.
Not for long.
And finishes him off.
Once again, another game where all of this crazy cool shit and fireworks is happening and Aqua's just sitting there like subtly carrying the game. You know, he's just the one guy that's alive that's not being dealt with. Just chipping, sleight of fist. Like he has 8 corruption charges. I think that's what it's called. 8 charges on his Desolator. Battle Fury. Going to have a Crystallis soon. Yeah, that's gonna be some serious problems. We talked about thresholds, right? We talked about thresholds of the CK versus Ember.
We all have thresholds, yeah.
We do.
I have a threshold of patience for you.
Yeah, and pain, of course, with the things that you do.
You have a very low threshold for pain, yeah.
It's not. Your mom,
what are you saying about
that's not what your mom says. And what the hell was I saying?
What is that joke?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
like
your mom, Ember Spirit's very fat in this game.
Okay, yeah.
So, CK illusions, they will melt. They will melt like butter.
Yeah. Nope. I'm gonna jump for it. Smart. Okay, bushwhacked. And Pablo trying to make his way out, but it is inevitable. Aqua will pick up that kill. Now, much like your dad, pinned. Lone Druid's also going to be dying here.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
You know what it means.
I do know what it means.
7,000 net worth for goonsquad as they're feeling pretty damn good to close out this series 2-0. But again, it was like, there's a point where like Team Bald, it looked really good for like the first 15 minutes and it was just like, okay, the momentum building up. At some point in time, just one team fight goes wrong and they just kind of lose control.
Yeah, this is more what you would expect from a pub stack in this game. I mean, I know that it's honestly hard to call them a pub stack at this point. I feel like it's not actually that fair because they do have a lot of experience playing together at this point. I mean, it's been so many seasons. So, but with that being said, they are very practiced in the laning stage because that's what you do in pubs, and it's about the same as it is in competitive. Do
you think the mid-game is where more like team advanced tactics come into play?
Sure.
Is that what you're saying?
For sure. I think that's a lot harder to do without a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Whereas with pubbing, they are getting practice with pubbing. That's what pubs are. So, oh boy, he might just be.
Yeah, he's gonna be taken out here. That is unfortunate. Aqua, he knows they're trapped. Yeah, they're sitting in the side trees here. He just keeps on sliding them.
Yep, sitting in a lane versus Ember Spirit, one of the more frustrating things to do currently.
Yeah.
And it's like even if you don't show up to that lane, oh man, S4
tries to get off the Rolling Thunder, but S4 managed to get the spear first. They have any follow-up stuns? Well, they have the damage to kill him.
But who'd I see as a defusal? Oh, it's that Reduce. Okay, so he is going for that build. He's going for like the carry build, but not able to, like, he's very far away from an Aghanim Scepter on Pango.
Yeah.
He's actually going for the Aghanim Shard next, which I think he needs. I mean, they need that disable in the team fights because of these like BKBs that are coming out.
Yeah.
He needs to chain stun.
Daedalus is going to be done soon.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage. I know there's a lot of people that really believe in this build on Ember and the fact that he can actually be played as like a pretty good traditional carry right now.
And now we're seeing like the threshold go the other way, where Gorp is not an item ahead of the Ember Spirit. It's
No,
quite the opposite. And now this AoE damage is going to do some serious work to him.
Yeah, and the Battle Fury too. It's like he's getting his team killed by spawning the illusions at this point.
Yeah.
Which already, was the case because that's what Wyvern does as well. Like it's really tough. It's really tough to be CK in this game. Also, like watching this game actually progress, seeing the Mars Arena versus the CK illusions, like when you're behind, that actually looks pretty bad for CK.
Yeah.
Like, he's just in. He can't escape. He's stuck in all of the Viper bullshit, the cleaves from the Ember Spirit. Makes him broke. He has blink.
Chain stun attempted, but unfortunately the Chaos Bolt wasn't there in time. In the back lines, they do manage to hit the Ember Spirit, but he just slips away to the Remnant he already pre-laid out.
Yeah, they're walking it off. And Roche is up now.
Time to re-engage.
Oh, they're smoked and re-engaging, actually. No BKB. They don't care.
Who are they going to catch with this one? Oh, nice reaction from Ixon. Because if he gets pinned, he probably gets Nether Toxin.
Yeah.
And then he just will be chain stun.
Right.
Team Bald gonna approach from the other side here, attempting to stop the Roshan. Can they get in the pin? Time Ixon! He hits the Ravage and steals the Aegis away just in time and gets the shard. Can they win the fight though on the onset? They do have Hanskin being able to bail out this Ember Spirit with a Cold Embrace there as well. Brief pause with the Embrace finally wearing out, and Gorp just gets eaten alive by Aqua. His damage, they tried to burst him down, but the double support saves were there, and Aqua is just undefeated when it comes to this kind of physical damage in these team fights. 4 down on the side, and now it's just going to be our poor Hoodwink left alone.
Yeah, he's almost got his Desolator maxed out at this point. 3 more stacks, and he's good. I mean, the Aegis steal is amazing. Limp does BKB it in time, which is sick. Just instant reaction time from him, so he can actually do the damage there and kill Ixon.
That was kind of a nice combo. They pulled him into the fear of the lone druid. And so they had Aqua disabled. It's just these 2 supports just
the Winter's Curse, yeah, and the fact that all of the damage from Bald is physical, their disable is magical, but even if they're disabled, you do have Pexu on Wyvern who can just easily Cold Embrace.
Yeah.
So even if the curse isn't there, like the Cold Embrace is going to be there to save Aqua. So you can get another round of Sleight of Fist off. Another round with this damage is a lot of.
All right, once again, oh, they pull him back really far, and the defensive supports can't actually get to him in time. That was well set up by Team Bald, and now maybe they can win the part of this fight. But Hanskin once again saved by the Cold Embrace, and the Chaos Knights just left with not that much to do until the Cold Embrace wears out. They get Hanskin, but there's still this Viper who's a problem. Fortunately, the disarm actually bails him out, and Corp's able to stay alive. Ixon giving up his life to be able to finish off the ward that now allows the rest of the team to chase. No, they don't feel like chasing, especially with their 2 damage dealers being a little bit farther behind. They will accept being able to stay alive in this game and won't try and punish.
See, that's kind of what I meant earlier when I was saying, like, the Ember versus CK matchup is not exactly as you would expect it. Like, if CK can catch the Ember out, he will obliterate him. Like, it's just overwhelming physical damage, which Ember is obviously not good against. He's good against magical damage. And he doesn't have any stat items whatsoever. Like, does he have a single?
Yeah.
I mean, Orb of Corruption is his best stat item. Like, he's very squishy. Does have the People's Gift, but yeah, he's very squishy. He's gonna die.
And without their Ember Spirit, I'm Goon Squad feel like they're overestimating their presence in these fights. S4 is gonna pop the BKB, and they don't have a way to stop him. But still, that's just another hero down for a time where Team Bald, they can keep building this momentum, keep the pickoffs coming. Now they've spotted the IO and Viper.
Oh, that was a nice combo.
Ooh, long-range Bushwhack does manage to catch him. Look at him, they're trying to stop the IO right now, and they've caught him with the Ravage. A 4-second stun on top of that one, and Corp managed to finish him off now. The arena goes down, but Aqua needs to keep his distance from this Pango. Rolling Thunder couldn't quite get the chain stun, and now Rajix, he's got to roll on out. Doesn't want to overextend, even if it is a 4-on-4.
That was nice positioning from Gork in that fight. He's just been getting all of his illusions, and his hero trapped in the Mars arena, it keeps just like perpetually getting him killed. And so he summons his illusions there and just throws them at S4, and S4 ults, and then Gork actually walked away. And I think there's a scenario where that fight goes a little bit better for them, and because Gork is alive, like they can maybe re-engage on Aqua there.
Yeah.
Maybe they even could have done it. I think it's a good call to not.
Stopping. Okay, Winter's Curse laid out. Hoodwink completes the TP here. The rest of the team is on its way, but Goon Squad just going to give this up, it looks like. But yeah, it's because the fresh Blink Dagger picked up by Corp, right? He knows he has to go for the backline supports.
Yep. And even without his ult, this hero, when you have the Ag Shard, is still very strong.
Yeah.
Like, you throw a stun out, and it doubles your damage. Like, imagine if Anti-Mage could do that. I mean, that'd be insane. Like, most carries doubling their damage on such a low cooldown would be absolutely wild.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like, not dying while you're killing the backline support. So I like the Blink. His positioning is going to matter a lot in this game. He has to be in and out of these fights. He can't just be in. He'll die to all of the damage.
Right.
Like, Aqua's got a second Daedalus at this point.
Yeah, he is a problem. But at some point in time, do you feel like Goon Squad's lineup is going to start falling off? I mean, he is kind of getting close to capped on the Ember Spirit in many ways, right? Not a hero that uses Moonshard very well. Can consume an Ags, but...
To be honest, I mean, okay, I think probably the difference maker would be Ixen. Who's going to die with a gem possibly here?
Yeah, the gem found him 2 wards, so he got some of his money back. Any couriers? Grab it! Go, courier! No! He tried.
Yeah, S4 is quick enough with his micro of the Quelling Blade out of the inventory. For an old guy, very impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive stuff.
That's true. See, the arthritis hasn't kicked up just yet.
He took his vitamins today.
Yeah.
Viper looks incredibly dumb.
I was going to say the same thing.
This is
like
so
stupid. Flapping his wing. He's like a hummingbird over there.
Oh, Aqua's. What the hell happened up?
Oh, God.
I see.
That is 2,500 damage in 2 hits.
Yeah, that's just sad. He's got a blink. I imagine he'll probably go for, like, overwhelming blink. I don't think the agility blink is all that good. But also, the overwhelming blink feels a little weird, too.
What do you think about getting the shard on Hoodwink? Because if he slights it, right, then the Bushwhack goes out, and there's a decent chance it catches him when he comes back from his flight of
sure.
Fist.
That shard's been mega buffed too. I think it's like generally a pretty good shard. I mean, the question is, does he have the disposable income for it? Yes, he does. 3,000 gold. He's got plenty for it.
He seems like he's building up for an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, or he's just not exactly sure like what to go to make this game easier, which, yeah, there's got to be some like creative solutions for sure at this point. Like just going over for a 4-staff or something's not going to work. I can see why you would want to go for the Ags. Like you just feel like you need that extra damage and status resistance reduction to like kill a support before they're saved. Or I actually hear a CK ulti.
Yeah. see who they're going to go for. They are actually going to go for the Viper, and they kill him so quickly that Pexu couldn't do anything to stop it. Now they've hit the Ravage onto the Ember Spirit. They're keeping him chain stunned. The Cold Embrace is going to buy some time. The Winter's Curse also over that allows Aqua to be able to jump backwards. But Rajix does manage to get some Rolling Thunder through some of these heroes. Aqua's coming back, though. They've got to be careful. These Light of Fist, it does so much damage. But they manage to get a bash. Can they keep the chain stun going? No, the bear dies. The bear comes back, but his owner dies. So that means the bear's going to die as well. Bushwhack into stun, 2 seconds. That's not long enough. Oh, the big dead. Aqua, one more rampage for his way. And now Aqua can chill out if he wants to, or maybe he just wants to force some buybacks out of them. He is even... Hey, just go ahead.
He wants to, for the one shot,
that was a little overconfident. That was a little silly.
He wanted the double.
He wanted the double. Just throw that.
He was going for the one shot on Hoodwink there. I think he's got the 2 charges, so he was, he just slight. He's dead. Didn't get lucky with the crit. He bought back.
He did buy back.
Okay.
That's an opportunity. Team Vault have more buybacks to go through.
The problem is Excalibur summoned his bear right before dying, so if he buys back, it's worthless.
That is true. Oh, he got him. Maybe it wasn't for a double rampage, but he did get the double slight kill on Pablo. And now that's Amegas.
Genuinely impactful, too. That's 90 seconds on the Hoodwink. That's actually very impactful. So I hate to say it. This is BM. It's BM as hell, but...
Yeah. Aqua's having some fun. I mean, what better time to have some fun? Against a stream team when you're already secured for Upper Division.
Yeah, go for it.
About to go 14-0. Rajix. Maybe he's taunting Goon Squad into fighting, because after all, with a buyback like that, the best way for Team Ball to make the comeback is somehow...
Jesus.
Oh, no.
DD Arcane.
Oh,
Are
God.
You kidding? Okay, dude. Relax.
Look out.
Oh, he got him.
He stunned him first.
He got him.
Oh, the Golden Bracelet was used on S4. Aqua, maybe they could still get it, but the Winter's Curse interrupts Gorp, who's trying to go for the kill, and now Aqua shows up. Oh, Mano just doesn't need the slights, it seems. Just full-on melee right-clicks, and now, much like your mom, Jenkins, it's Lone Druid against 5, so... That's going to be it for Game 2, and it for the series, and it for the final series for Goon Squad. They go a grand total of 14 games